Hi, this is STI index on the daily chart. Last week I was expecting STI to trade within the high, between the high on this bar here to the low of this bar here, this trading range here, tightening the trading range and trade within it. But on the Monday we broke down on this low here and we traded lower, and there's no ability to close the gap actually on the Monday. However, if we compare this down bar, this gap down bar here with this gap down bar here, and look at the volume, we are finding that this volume here is much higher than the volume of this current gap down bar here. So we are saying that this is more of an indication of supply is being exhausted, and there probably would not have a likely chance of it to go even lower to come to the low of this bar here. So that was my judgment on looking at this bar as comparing the volumes on the gap down. And also on this bar here we saw a close of the low, so we know that there's some buying coming into the market on this bar. Then on Tuesday we saw a follow through to the downside, the sellers trying to push STI lower. However, we saw buyers coming in to close STI back above, slightly above the close of the previous day, and which is not near the high of the day. And we're also doing on an increase in volume, so there is demand that's coming into the market, and it's also proven that there's some demand that's coming into this bar here by this bar. So therefore about these two bars, we know that there are demand coming into the market, and there might be a rally going coming probably in the next 1 or 2 bars. Then on the next day we saw a gap up. There's no ability to close the gap, and we saw buyers just push STI all the way up to close firmly on the high. And we're also closing the gap between these two bars here, the low and the high, this gap here. So we are seeing buyers are able to do that, to close the gap. So that is a very strong show of strength from the buyers, that and also doing on an increase in volume. So that is a very good sign of strength on this bar. So we would expect some up move to come on the next bar. So Thursday we saw a follow through to the upside, and then we saw an increase in volume, and we also see a very firm close on the high. However, we compare the spread, and the spread from these two bars here, this is a narrower spread, and we are not making very much progress from close to close, not very much progress, and on an increase in volume. So there is some selling that's going on the Thursday bar here, which caps STI from moving up or coming close to this range here. So therefore we might expect some reaction to come in probably the next 1 or 2 bars. Then on Friday we saw the reaction came, and we saw sellers try to sell all the way down to close STI firmly on the low. We also see some buyers trying to push up, but they are weak to do so. Sellers try just overwhelm them and close the STI all the way down on the low. This was done on a very similar volume to the past 2 bars here. So therefore the selling has really confirmed on this bar, confirmed on the Friday bar, which confirms the selling that's coming in on Thursday. So basically from the background here, what we are seeing is that STI is still trading within a very wide trading range, within the 2700 to 2920 level. So we are in the middle of the trading range. Therefore I am still expecting STI to probably trade within this trading range, and this trading range is wide. Therefore there is probably an increase in volatility, and we probably would not want to take any position that is in the middle of the trading range. Reason because STI might be just coming up to the high, and then the supply will just come in. We do not know whether how much supply is going to come in when it comes to the high of the 2900 level. Also we do not know how much demand is going to come in when STI is going to fall towards the 2700 level. So therefore taking a position in the middle of the trading range is not very wise, unless you are very experienced and very fast in taking a position in and out of the market. Then you probably would want to try, but for me I would probably take a more safety manner of not trading in the trading range of in the middle of the trading range. So what I would expect STI to do next week is that probably we will probably trade within the 2800 to 2850 level, and for the next 1 or 2 days. and then probably to see whether it's deciding to break out to the upside to come to the 2900, or break down to the downside to come to the 2750 or even 2720 level. So that is my expectation of the next 2 days, and then probably want to see what happened then. But overall, it is still in the middle of the trading range, and I will expect STI to still probably trade within the trading range for the next 1 or 2 weeks, in order to build enough cost for it to decide where to move to. So that is my expectation of STI next week. Thanks.